Good evening. I was having some network issues when I was testing earlier, so hopefully those are fixed and don't cause any problems tonight. All right, so today's Thursday. Vindicator event, Dimensional Breach today. Cube Thursday. Yeah, that's normally Thursday. 'Cause yeah, I do both of those events together usually. Okay. Apex Outlaws running. I need to get my mission keys. I wish it would quit giving me the tutorial for the store. All right, mission keys. And let's see, we've got operations upgrade, which we've got 3 days left on. But it looked like this was going to run multiple times this month. Reputation run. Gain reputation 1 point. Regional Alliance leaderboard. So I'm guessing this is tied into our Vale regions. We're in 108th spot. That's 80, 76 billion. Aggregation aggression. So this is the bigger event. That jumped on me. That one's so this is the kill 20 of them thing. Okay. I got Master Surveyor done at reset. We don't have Ferengi yet or anything. Got mining done at reset. There's a fleet commander upgrade SLB and a ship upgrade SMS. All my mats are going towards building things at this point, so I'm not going to be doing any of that. I'm going to send ships out for transigen. I need to make an adjustment to the timer for Tangia because that thing keeps popping up and showing The little orange thing saying Tangia's over here. I had that set for 5 minutes. I'm gonna set that for 15. If people want to find Tangia, they will find Tangia. I suppose my Squall's gonna die in a second here if I don't do something with it. Let's do the PvE side. I haven't done that in a little bit. Did that count as mining? Okay, it was mining, okay. Alright, this one looks like it's lined up on E. Maybe? Or is it lined up on G? It might be lined up on G. Okay, miners set. Going to go do my Romulans. Especially since we're like halfway out here. And then I'm going to pick a ship to go do aggregation with. We'll use the Revenant since I already need to do levels on that thing anyways. I'll do Impulse. Impulse with a little bit of loot. Doctors on ship A. Yeah. Get this queue set up. %. Okay, that started. We'll send this off to the 56 system again. I'll probably end up needing to call that back to do my faction armadas. I'm guessing there's probably somebody that I'm going to want on that ship more than likely. right. Plenty of cutting beam. I feel like the cube is dropping chips. No, that's the Revenant. Why is that dropping ships so quick? I feel like Kirshara started working differently ever since the Dauntless came into the game. Seems to be a different kind of funky than normal. I noticed that the other day. It seemed like it was shedding hostiles off the queue quicker than it should have been. I noticed it when I was in Zindi Space. Actually, it was really dropping hostiles in a weird fashion. Which, like, a lot of times, like, I would notice that things would drop off at the spawn points sometimes. Hi Retro, how you doing tonight? Yeah, it's doing that still. I'm doing pretty good. I'm enjoying some of the new stuff in the arc. Enjoying watching some of it. Obviously, I'm not participating because I'm not 71, but it's been really interesting to see some of the concepts and stuff behind, like, the Veil and the new waves, and like some of that stuff. And I've been really busy at work, so my work days feel like they're only taking about 20 minutes, which is absolutely amazing. What do you think on the stuff? Do you have a level 71 in your alliance? Hello George, how you doing tonight? Highest is 66. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit rough trying to wait out. I'm kind of curious if there's gonna be some 71s that might jump around a little bit to try to help spread the wealth a little. It sounds like it's gonna be kind of hard to get a hold of the startups for for that system. I don't even know what they were called anymore. Whatever those things are. They don't have a particular name set aside for this, do they? Surge. Yeah, surging. There we go. I'm kind of hoping that there's enough of an easy path to getting the starts that it would be worthwhile for 71s to kind of just hop around in like friendly alliances and stuff. I mean, we've got at least 2 that went 71, but I think they said that it was going to be like 4 days until they got a start out of those surges. Yeah, I am a little bit spoiled on having a cooperative server. I easily take that for granted. I mean, we used to have a couple of whales that would hop around and just run armadas for a weekend, or just dump credits in to boost alliance level to be able to get more members in, or just wanted to just shoot the breeze with a different group of people for the weekend. I slowed down a little bit with territories, but not a lot. People got nervous like right away when the Alliance Starbase and that research came out, and then they realized how quick it was to get the Alliance reputation back. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it here. Because I don't think I have any obligation to do a set number of hostels here. Other than for my Borg cube thing. But I've got that complete. And I'm gonna get some more of the... technological distinctiveness as I do my armadas. Alright, so I'll pull this back. And more of the Revenant. These aggregation hostels are... they're kind of boring. It kind of felt like with the Augment Exiles that we went through that, I don't know, there was a little bit more to it. I mean, I like simple loops. Like, I don't think that the loops need to be complex and convoluted or anything, but some of this feels like a little bit of the Voyager mining where it was kind of weird. The rep event has few and bad rewards. I didn't even look at the rewards. Well, it's a regional leaderboard too. Like, usually when they run these, like, this is like a top 200 event. Oh. Yeah, if you're not top 3, there's no point to participate, really. I was thinking that maybe, like, there was enough points stocked up in the encryption things in the DTI store that maybe I could put a little bit of a dent into this, but I think I have 22 billion. 29 billion, I think, maybe. 24 billion. So I can score 72 billion points in the event. But I mean, that's not even a third of the way to be able to get a top 100 spot. That requires top 50. And then for the Alliance one, 72 would put us right behind 100th place. But again, that's top 50. And even the top 10,000 choice tokens, what does that even get you? Two and a half epic shards. That is so far out of touch. That needs to be 40,000 credits at least. That should there should be more than that. That should be 80,000 credits. There should be at least 20 epic shards for first place at least. I mean, usually when you it's not a high input event, but yeah, that should be at least 10 shards. It should be at least 40,000 tokens. That's the one thing I was thinking about though too is the it's like the same person that did the last. Was it leaderboards this arc already? No, it's not leaderboards this arc, but the leaderboards in between the arcs. Because a couple of those were just stupid like that. So if you put a monetary value behind what they give you, that's $10. Because it's $1 per 1,000 tokens. I don't feel like an alliance leaderboard should be for $10 worth of rewards. I feel like that should be like 50. But they used to sell reputation packs. Well, like when G6 launched. You used to be able to buy them like once a week or something like that. But that was before they shuffled them around. Oh, that's kind of cool. They put all the efficiency primes into one container. I gotta give them credit. They've done a really good job on getting these things sorted out and easy to find. Factions. So 15 billion points is what I can buy for. Yeah. 15 billion points. I can buy 15.5 billion points. In the store quality of life. Yeah, the regional leaderboard being top 50 is weird. I wonder what that looks like in the 70s. Like what a 71's point pack is. That's got to go up significantly since the point requirements did. What is all this? I haven't even seen these. They have so many packs now. I kind of want the Fleet Commander preset. No, not Fleet preset. Fleet Commander slot unlocked. This doesn't have any reputation. It's just credits. That's interesting. I mean, they've done a lot of good stuff for like in-game quality of life improvements and stuff too, so. And I think that is kind of a good thing because it looks like they've got the packs set up in a way that they're more focused, so that if somebody did have $100, like they spend $100 a year, it looks like they could really find something very, very specific. I'm waiting for a special reason to buy it. I've gotten a couple of them, I think, now. It's handy, and I always feel like I need one more. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A lot of times I want that 6th one. If they come up with another Fleet Commander, it's probably going to push me to do it. Especially if the Fleet Commander comes as a bundle. If you get the Fleet Commander and the unlock, that might be enough to convince me to go for it. If it's a separate purchase where you got to purchase the commander and then purchase the slot, then no, it's not really worth $200 unless it pays out like 5 million Latinum a day and like no 3 days of Sigma speed ups a day or something. Like there'd have to be some pretty serious rewards behind it. Something that multiplies over time. Because it's even like the Dauntless. If the Dauntless had any kind of a decent refinery behind it, I probably would have picked it up because it's got a nice mechanic behind it. But I don't think the mechanic's worth paying $100 for because it's just Kirshara 2.0, and I'm satisfied enough with the way that Kirshara works that I don't feel like it needs to be replaced. And Kirshara is universal, whereas Dauntless is siloed into the ship itself. Which is fine because the ship has abilities from level 1 to 70. And I'm guessing at some point it will go from level 71 to 80. There will probably be research at some point that gives it capabilities. Or there will be officers that makes it capable. But where it is in the game today, I don't see a long-term use for it, being as I am on the cusp of hitting 70. If I was level 45, I probably would have got that in a heartbeat. No, I'm not swapping ships, I'm swapping crew. I don't really need to do a lot if I didn't need to. So I can put Gwen up here. I don't need to keep Phlox because I can get that charged fine without him. I don't need Hugh because I got Vale. And then we've got Armadas. So I can put up Kim and Torres again. Yeah. But yeah, if Dauntless would be sourcing Sigma speed ups or like other resources that are a little bit tougher to gather, I would have probably got that for the refinery, but the ship that will serve me in 100 days just as good, free or paid. If I were 45, I'd likely buy the ship, but I'm doing okay at 64 with Luke Crew and Kirshara. Yeah, exactly. Like I love the concept of it. Like if it was like an either or choice, or if it was like some kind of an upgrade to the Kirshara or something, I don't know. It's kind of, it seems like a weird thing. I feel like it's trying to fill a void that's not there. Especially with Kirshara having like a free source path. Like I don't know how many people are getting it. You know, having this in a hazard system, not being able to start an armada is not handy. Here we go. 10th time's a charm. But I'll tell you, I'm going to enjoy that ship when I have it. Because, like, when we do, like, missions, you like being able to have that do, like, the 10 level whatever hostiles thing. I'm going to enjoy using it for that. That took so long to try to start that I forgot to do my cutting beam. Did that just despawn? I can't tell if that's in system still or not. But yeah, outside of level 71 and Dauntless, there's one event, and it's the heroic or kill 2 or kill 20 of the aggravation hostiles, and it's kind of like, okay, that's fun. My protector still isn't big enough to grind 68 or 70, so I'm not thinking the new ship will work anytime soon for me either. Yeah, it sounded like it would be like able to do like the 50s really quick. But yeah, 70s kind of a stretch compared to 60s. I don't know if I trust that that thing would work well enough, because it's only like, I don't remember what the top end timer was once you get it maxed out, but I mean for a while there it's only like 10 minutes. Starts at like 10 minutes or whatever. It's not quite enough for it to be like super great for your universe grinding. I don't know. It's one of those things. The specialty ships are always tougher as you get higher away from the entry point for them. When you're close to the target level for the entry point, they're fantastic because they'll level with you. You'll get ops locked on them before you can get anywhere past where you are with them. Once you're 10 levels above it, it takes so long to catch up that it's hard to even, it gets so hard to get them up to a workable level that a lot of their benefit and utility is gone by the time you can use it. Because I feel like the Reliance kind of like that too. Because for me to get that up, well, I guess everybody kind of runs into that to a certain extent, because everybody kind of needs epic. Voyager was like that. By the time I could get up to the hostels that I needed to do like a lot of my missions and stuff with, it was pretty much done with it. When they make the events that are tied to the ship level more than your ops level, it's not as bad. Oh, I only had one. If I would have known I would have had one, I might have tried to see if I could find a bigger. I don't know if that's even enough to do more than a pull or two. Oh, am I in the record loop? No. Okay. So I can do. That's 3 days of pulls. That's 1 day of pulls for one rare. Uncommon. I'm gonna have to go run a bunch of uncommon. Like it's one of those things, they give you enough solo directives to be able to keep up on the uncommons, but I don't know, it always seems like a pain in the ass to go out to G6 space to run armadas. Especially in these damn hazard systems. I don't even know if my ship will reach any other ones. No time to explore like the present. There's no armadas in that one. There are armadas here. These are rares. And I can't reach that system with this ship. Oh, I should be doing augment stuff too. Cargo warp, titanium armor, impulse engine. Just enough to do armor, so let's do armor. I should make sure I didn't peel anybody off of this ship. No. Let's see what kind of warp range Kaskari has. That's about the same as the cube. So I need to get this up to like tier 10 and then do the warp drive. I might be able to get there. I don't really want to do tier 10 on this though. So I can do some extra star-based stuff here. Nothing important. Away teams. I can't do a Khan's favor until I have 4 more max epics. So I can continue. That's hostiles and armadas. And that's all crew stuff. Or I can keep doing... these. And get stats up. I wish I had some cookies to eat. Man, I walked past the break room at work today and this afternoon, and I thought somebody had baked some cookies. Every once in a while, somebody will bake some cookies and have fresh cookies to share. But I kind of went on a little bit of a walkabout and I didn't find any cookies, and I was a little disappointed. But a fresh cookie does sound good, though. I'm trying to think if there's like a good restaurant that has a cookie. Because it's Friday and I usually go out to eat for Friday. Nothing sweet at all? Every once in a while I get carrots that kind of satisfy my sweet tooth. But I usually have baby carrots around because that's one of my favorite snacks. I'm trying to think if I've got any sneaky snacks. I just had some like cashews, and I had some chocolate chips and raisins in there. Made my own little trail mix. That was my pre-stream snack. I always like to have little things. I love trail mix, and Like, Fleet Farm has that on sale so often that I usually have some on hand, but it's been a few weeks since it's been on sale, and they had cashews on sale. So I was like, well, screw it. I'll just piece it together and make it myself. All right, how far did I get through the heroic? That was a good chunk of the way through. And then that was about one level. I'm gonna need to go do some of those solos at some point too. I should start making my own trail mixes though, because they also sell like the individual components. So like some of the trail mixes, like half of the stuff is I like a lot, but like I don't care for some other pieces of it. So it'd be kind of a good idea to just kind of get the stuff I want and just make like a really good one. Plus, they have so many different kinds of dried fruit to use too. Okay, let's see if there's any event worth focusing time on. So slowly getting the extra ship BPs. I love that they did this. It felt weird that it's not part of the missions though, because I did the missions thinking that was going to be where the claim was for these. I thought that was going to be the blueprints and the missions, and then as you collected blueprints from the missions, you'd get them here, but that's actually from the daily refinery claim. So you get an extra 10 out of it, which I'm always good with extra. That's 5 days, 5 free days. And then the aggregation. It's not a lot of materials, but it is some. I need the rare, the 4-star or the 6-star rare ore. I'm at such a weird spot in the game right now. Like, in order to get into G7 territory, I'm gonna need like a tier 10 epic. So like I've got probably like 5 or 6 weeks to be able to get to level 70, I'm thinking. But then to get that epic ship, I've probably got another 4 weeks after that. And I'm guessing it's probably going to be a few months grind after that point to be able to get the ship up high enough to be able to go to 71. That's such a weird concept for being this close to ascending. And most of it's due to speed up acquisition. Because it's like 2 years of speed ups that I need. which is like just a little bit over 1 billion of lat. No. Charismatic. Do I have any that are done that I need to claim? Let's claim this. That's warrior. Oh, I don't want to send Curon out on an away assignment. I don't want to spend traits to get somebody else up on that either. Because I know if I do that today, then tomorrow's Battle Pass event is going to be away teams assignments, and then I won't be able to complete it. Because it feels like every time you go through and spend some trade XP because you're like, oh, that won't happen anytime soon. Next day. Okay, Q's trials. I think we can only do 3. We can do all 5 today. Okay. I was thinking because we just had the Tech Tuesday that I'd still be off. Oh, this is 3-star. I need to jump back up to 4-star. I know that they fixed the spawning of the trials hostels. Okay, claim that. Go back up to... I kind of wanted to actually see if I could get one of them things to spawn at a super high level, but I also didn't want to get my trial stuck waiting for a CS ticket to clear it up. Because I had that happen... I had that happen before where I got the hostile that was too strong. Okay, so that should be daily stuff done. Not doing reputation. Villain's Arc is Villain's Arc. Dimensional Breach is done. Cube Thursday is done. The daily stuff is kind of what it is. I might pull enough points to be able to finish those two together at some point here. Okay. So, I want to go through Faction Refinery for Augment to make sure I don't need to go do rares. I do need to go do rares. Alright, so let's send Cube up. Where did it go? There it is. I'm going to send Reliant back out. This is getting close to the point where it's taking care of itself, but not quite there yet. I think once the Reliant can grind up here in the 58 system, it's going to be sustainable. Alright, that's set. Alright, let's clear the refinery. Ooh, I'm out of Omega Trillium. Wow. I need to actually do like a regular good old-fashioned protector grind out there, I guess. Man, I love this bulk refine button. I'm never gonna get sick of saying that. And one of the guys in chat was saying last night, he's like, man, I can't wait till they actually do it for the faction store. I do like this little change too. When you get into the slider, it automatically puts it to the max for what you have available. I don't remember reading that in the patch notes anywhere, but I think that's a neat little quality of life improvement they snuck in. And I think I don't remember seeing this mentioned anywhere else too, but the artifacts, like I don't think the Geordie visor and the Sultana clock was in here before. And like the phaser, the sword, the necklace. Like I think they added those five artifacts possibly. I don't know. I feel like a couple of them were exciting enough that I would have been pulling them if they would have been in there. Or else my priorities just changed in a way that made it more important. I might have to go through some of my recording footage just to see. I do have to decide if I want to build one of these. One of these miners. I haven't seen any of the data for what the conversion is like for regular faction credits into Sigma faction credits. And whether that's even going to be a big deal. I guess one of the things to actually check is to see what the mining rates look like for a Selkie in the fringe systems. Need to wait for that. Slow drip for the slipstream. What is the hypoaglasia? Critical hit damage. I need to make sure I have station speed, station efficiencies. So accelerated construction and ingenuity station. So that one and that one are the two that I need to focus on. Never made it out to do any Zindi Armadas yesterday either. I worked late last night, and if you can afford one, maybe just start with one. Yeah. Well, Feds, I don't even know why I'm thinking about it, because Federation's my throwaway faction, I think. Yeah. Federation's my throwaway faction, so the Newgrange would be the ship. What does Combat Scavenger unlock? Because if that increases ore mining speed, gas and ore are probably my two biggest targets for the refinery. Oh, that's a rating refit. I just got augment rep to superior so I can start these champions. That's a great place to be, especially if you have some of those banked up. Because then you can get a Joaquin unlocked and get him maxed. Because he's an amazing officer. And he works against everything. I feel like gas is like my least important resource for mining. Yeah, getting him tiered up to like tier 3, tier 4, tier 5. Huge. Plus whatever you need for getting con leveled up and unlocked and stuff, and being able to do the research stuff there for the con's favor. That was how I directed my research tree entirely. Is when I went into away team's research, I did exactly what I needed to do to get to the con's favor and get that maxed as far as I could. I don't understand champion. I just do the first one and it's like Q's trials. So you're gonna want to do it like basically as high as you can get away with. So there's like an efficiency gain. You don't have to do the first one. You do like the strongest one that you can handle. Level 5 is stupid strong. I can't do those. Level 4 is pretty dang tough. But if you get a good mission boss crew, do like a Tal crew or a Leslie crew or something like that, you should be able to take those down probably. 3's definitely good. And it's just a matter of how many you get awarded off of this. It doesn't really tell you what it is. You'd have to look at the sheet. So like a default one, like just straight out of the box, nothing fancy, is like a 5-con Lorca. And then like anybody below decks that doesn't say, that says like non-armada hostiles or doesn't say any particular hostile thing. So like a lot of times I'll do like Flashpoint, Scotty, Flashpoint, Scotty, Flashpoint, Chapel, I think Veil works for that. And then like Odo. It's kind of like some of the real basic ones. Let me pull up the sheet for Flashpoint or for Augment Exile. G7 aggregation. There's invasion aggregation. Transigen. Syndicate, officer tiering, transigen. Artifacts. Arc history. Transigen. Officer tiering. Augment faction. So let's see, what were we looking for? The chests for the missions. Okay, so when you do Khan's Champion Mission 1, you get 500 of the insignias. Khan's Champion Mission 2, you get 2,000. And then 3 is 3,000, 4 is 4,000. So if you do 1, you're losing out a lot. But there's not a big payoff difference between 3 and 4 for the most part. But if you pick one that's too strong, it'll sit there and it'll still be ready to run, and you can archive it too. So like I pulled Champion 5 just to see, and I couldn't finish that one. I barely even scratched it. So I'm doing 4 as my regular. I'm guessing 3 is probably going to be your sweet spot. So basic cruise, 5 Lorca Khan, There's Galron, Martok, Bael, depending on what type of ship you have, and then Khan and Lorca. And then there's a Pike, Lorca, Kirk suggestion here. And then there's other ones too in like the officer sheet. But I know like 5 Lorca Khan's kind of like the easy go-to. Like I've used Yuki and Yuki, Marcus, and Khan too. Yuki was always kind of a good one because you'd get the shield strip on it if you needed it. Well, that's kind of neat too. They show you. So if you do the Khan's Champion 3, you only need to do 17 total to be able to unlock Fleet Commander Khan. Yeah, the Warlord mission, I think, should be able to get done by a G4 uncommon. I've got mine at tier 9. I don't know where yours are at. I was wondering if I put Lorca out on an 018's assignment too. And then like a lot of times with my below deck, like depending on where you've got your star, what is that base called? That one research building? No, not that one. This one. Nova Squadron. Depending on where you've got your research at for Nova Squadron, having burning morale or hull breach can really help add some damage and some mitigation or regeneration too. So like I've got those up pretty high, so it makes it really worthwhile for me to have Neelix. Actually, I don't know if they're gonna work here. Non-player hostile. I think non-player hostile will be these guys. I'll try it. I'll pull the Warlord one or whatever. I gotta do it anyways. So tier 9 Negvar with the 5 Lorca Khan. I think I can probably do it without boosting. If I do the Tal crew, this one I probably would have to boost. Oh, maybe not. That doesn't show in my battle log. No, there it is. Okay. I was like, ain't no way. Okay, so yeah, Neelix, Kim, and Torres aren't doing anything below deck. It's always hard to remember all that crap for which officers actually take effect on certain circumstances. And Veil doesn't work too? I really thought that she was more generic. That is Armada or Hostile. What is Borg Q? Where are the dang Borg? I should have went under deck abilities. I don't know why I went group. I went past them. That is Hostile as well. Yeah, so it needs to be generic officers. So yeah, Black Ops Chapel. It doesn't specify if there's a hostile or player or anything like that. That'll always take effect. And then SNW Scotty, same thing. Then you get shield and hull boosted. And then my next choice is usually going to be Odo. And then pick Q would also work. I got them mashed all over the place. All the ships are dying. There's a huge power difference between 3 and 4. Yeah. Yeah, it's going from G4 to G5. No, G5 to G6. But there's also there's a pretty decent payoff difference between 4 versus 3. It's not super big. Like, I wouldn't feel bad only being able to do 3. Yes, link for chart. I'm going to pull it directly off of the site. That way it's not weird share thing. No, that's not it. Copy link. And that's got... This one doesn't have as good of a selection of the crews. There is a small section here underneath these things that lists out 3 different crew suggestions. And that's Google Sheets. Some of these they have in varieties that are others too, but it doesn't look like this one is. But yeah, that has all the details. What's the cute little deer thing? Anonymous jackalope. Anonymous frog. Oh, anonymous buffalo. Yeah, those tools, those sheets, they're so useful. And they do a pretty good job of going back and updating them if there's an officer that comes out that really, really changes the dynamic. They'll actually update it and make the changes for that if it changes the balance of the loop. And I do have their channels postings in my announcement channel on my Discord. So when they publish new ones, that will be announced in Discord. I've got to set up a channel that has the links to all of their prior ones too for like a reference library. That's one of my to-do list items. Is to kind of just make like a quick little section that you can see like this loop, this loop, this loop, just have a quick link to all the charts. And I think at some point too, I might make bot commands for getting information out of chat here too. That's one of the things that I've been thinking about, was trying to figure out a decent way to do that. Which I might even just do a link, like a web page that just has them all linked like that too, possibly. And then I could just do like a chart command or sheet command or something. I did not need to pull that one. I forgot about that. Ah, Lorca's Fist. That's a very good recommendation. Also doing like a full Titan buff too can let you knock a couple of them out. I had to do that at first too with them. But as I've gotten, I don't know what the biggest impact has been with that, but I think a lot of it's been the artifacts from the Transigen loop. As I've gotten these artifacts leveled up, I think that a lot of that has made a significant impact onto my ability to deal with those hostiles with the isolytic defense and isolytic damage and apex shredding and just general damage output stuff. Just every couple of weeks as these artifacts get leveled up, I'm kind of like, oh, like I feel a noticeable impact. And I guess Joaquim is a good one to be able to put under the deck too for isolytic defense. I'm assuming those probably have a decent isolytic attack. But I'm at the point now where I can do it without buffing, and I can do the level 4 one without buffing, and I just can barely even scratch the level 5 one. It's very frustrating to be, you know, like completely done with the G6 one, and then basically the G7 one can't touch. Because just watching over the last couple of days, people trying to attack the 71 G7 hostiles or 72 G7 hostiles, that's been very reminiscent of my struggles to try to get that level 5 cons champion thing. Come on, speed ups. Ooh, a 3-day. That's exciting. I didn't think I'd ever pull one of them. A 1 hour. I'm used to the 1 hours and the 15 minutes coming out of here. Okay, Veil. I can probably get her. I can get her close to tiered up. I'm so close to getting her tiered up again. Okay, temporal stuff we're good still. I need to go back through Transigen and see if there's anything. I went through Transigen the other night and I actually took out the ones that I didn't need where I was already maxed on them, or at least had max credit, but it didn't have the opportunity to max them, but I had the max shards that I needed. I took them out of my max pull, or my auto pull for the refinery. So now everything's pretty much true to what I need. I took a little bit of time, but Box Club made that very easy to kind of do like a side by side with one screen and the other screen. I need to do some G4 armadas too, or G5. That's good points. I might actually pull the Romulan one this time because that actually gets points. Multiphasic, nothing there. All right. Was that enough to be able to do the Apex Shred research? Not quite. Oh, I need to turn that in. So back to augment. I don't even remember how to do this anymore. Did I not claim that? No, I did not claim that. I'm like, I should have had the insignias. Okay, there we go. Now I think that's enough to do that Apex Shred research. No. Okay, so I got to do one more of those, and I can do this Apex Shred research when I get up to that. That's only 2%. But getting up to the 50% is going to be nice. Which, that reminds me, I got my cube sitting out there. Working on collecting... rares. Congratulations, part of season 3. I am part of the season 3 next gen creators. Yes, thank you. I still getting set up on kind of figuring out branding and stuff to kind of advertise that a little bit in the probably in like empty space in the top of the page. Such a good idea. Yeah, there's a lot of support and help there. And I mean, I think a lot of it is even just getting us introduced and familiar with ourselves in the community too, because I think there's some people that are part of that community that I might not have been introduced to if it weren't for part of this. Especially when we look at some of the European creators, you know, like I kind of hit or miss, and you know, like some of these people pick up and visit into my chat room, and like I recognize them as viewers, but I might not necessarily know that they're streamers. So getting this opportunity to kind of get around and see that, and Twitch has some pretty useful information when you get into it. You know, you can kind of see that, you know, like somebody that followed you is a streamer and they have a community. But they don't have like a real blatant obvious thing that says, hey, you know, like this person has more than 200 followers, maybe you should check them out. It'd be nice if there was a quick little button like that in the back end for Twitch, but this is gonna help because then we have a spot that we're working together and can collaborate, and you know, maybe not necessarily have like a unified message or anything like that, but at least be able to throw ideas back and forth off of each other, and you know, potentially be able to have some kind of like special campaign message or something for the week. A lot of opportunities. And then it's also just the support for being able to get like a list of people to raid out to. That's a very, very good project, and there are portions of, you know, like Twitch servers that are oriented towards you know, like people trying to help each other grow, but a lot of that is just kind of based on, you know, like if you follow me, I'll follow you, and that doesn't really do anything to promote growth. Like it makes it easy to get to like an affiliate status and, you know, get to the monetized portion of things, but it doesn't actually promote growth, whereas this is a good way for the community to kind of get to see other streamers and know about them and help everybody grow and be good streamers. So yeah, like the empty space above the rabbit probably will get some kind of a branding information there that I can have a rotation for, you know, checking out these other streamers or something. Is this gonna make enough? 245,000. Oh yeah, that's gonna be enough. Perfect. I don't know, I had a struggle because I went up to do Epic last night, and for whatever reason it was not adding to my cargo hold like it normally does, I don't think. It felt like I made very, very little progress compared to what I would normally make. I think like usually 3 trips is enough for me to be able to get a double pull, but I went 3 trips and I didn't even have a half a pull. There's been a couple of things that I feel like is acting weird since the update. So I think once I get to the point where I get the efficiency favors maxed out in augment space here, I'm probably gonna shift gears and I'll start focusing on doing missions. I've been saving most of the G6 missions because a lot of them have Sigma speedups in them, and I kind of knew that getting them and using them early on wasn't gonna have the same kind of payoff as saving them towards the end and kind of being able to do a max usage of them, like what I'm trying to do the 70 push here. So I think my next push over the next couple of weeks here is probably going to be starting to do those all the G6 missions that I've skipped, and basically as soon as I lock both Klingon and Federation, I'm gonna go around and do all the Klingon and Federation missions, and then once I've got those locked, I'll start doing all the Romulan missions and see where that takes me. 'Cause I've got most of the resources I need to be able to get the push to 70. It's just a matter of like 2 years worth of speed ups. And I think that's going to be a winning tactic. My hull and cargo hold are going to go out at about the same time. That is maximizing a ship. I love it when things work out that perfectly. Cargo full. Come on, blow me up. Perfect. You can't plan it any better than that. I love having a quick ride home when I've got the cargo full. Alright, so I can do my rare pull. And then that gets me my next favors for the ingenuity and the accelerated construction, which I'm not going to pull them now because I'm not doing any building. Because I try not to have more than one building that's taking a long time running at a time. A lot of times I try to have one G6 and one G5 minus building going so I can have one that I can accelerate without any consequence. But I'm getting to the point where there's not a lot of G5 buildings left anymore. So it's only like 2 days for the generators right now. 3 days. That one's 7 days. It's 2 days for the Parsteel generator, and 3 days, 3.5 days, and then 7 days. So I feel decent about having to speed those up if I have to have an emergency to do that, but I've got this cluster of buildings that I'll try to keep somewhat free for all these specialty ones here. Especially between the Transigen Forge and the Locust building, since those are kind of the two most important ones right now, and they're kind of in the present loops. Because I think everything else is kind of fine being stagnant. They don't give enough bonuses to anything that I feel bad for not doing. Artifact gallery would probably be worth doing. I think the next time that we have an event that requests the buildings to upgrade, I'll probably go through and upgrade all those buildings. Which hopefully we'll have that the next week here for the Ascendancy. I think it was Ascendant starting next week. Yeah, the 14th. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping that I'm going to be set up to make some good progress in that event again. I wasn't able to last month, but I was able to the month before, and I've been kind of stockpiling a little bit of stuff here and there. Oh, let's see, 9:30, so it's about time to call it a night. Looks like Kree is on, so we can go pay her a visit.